Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Top CXC official meets with parents and educators in a bid to improve student achievement. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Thursday, June 27th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. A top official from the Caribbean Examinations Council spent 2 days here this week meeting with parents and teachers in Grenada and Carriacou as part of efforts to improve student achievement. Registrar of CXC, Mr. Glenroy Cumberbatch, hosted by the Ministry of Education, met with education stakeholders, principals and primary school teachers of grades 5 and 6, principals of secondary schools and teachers of subjects with SBA components, as well as members of the PTA executives of secondary schools. Details from Annette Moore.
At his recent interaction with the various groups at the Grenada Boys Secondary School, the CXC Registrar's main goals were to help both educators and parents more clearly understand the role of education and to ensure that all students have a better chance at success.
The disruptions in education over the period of time, the technology, the universal secondary education, the changes of industries, all those things are disrupting the pattern that we have had in education for many years. The upcoming fourth industrial revolution, all those things have impacted us, and we have to prepare ourselves to benefit from the opportunities that will be available in the fourth industrial revolution, and hence we need to begin thinking about it.
Cumberbatch explained why electronic testing is being highlighted as one of CXC's new areas of focus.
For the principals and the teachers, we want to focus on how children learn and how do we teach in order to ensure that we bring out the best out of the ways that children learn. And if we then measure how we teach and how we learn, then CXC has to be in a position to assess utilizing those same modalities in which children learn and teachers teach. And hence, the implementation of electronic testing is the best way to really pull out, to elicit from children their skills, their knowledge, and their attitudes.
The registrar also gave suggestions as to how Grenada can improve its performance.
I think they need to reassess the practicality of teaching, because the philosophies and the theories have not changed. They're the same. It has to be done through cooperation, through participation, where students are involved in their own learning, where the knowledge is created by the interaction among children, the interaction among teachers and children, technology and children. Those kind of interactions would create the knowledge.
One of the things Cumberbatch emphasized in his presentations was that group work is the key in the shift towards creating more effective persons and employees rather than encouraging a culture of individualism.
If teamwork is so key, then it has to begin within the institutions. That by the time you reach a stage of going in for employment or becoming an employer, you are so drilled in collaboration, you are so drilled in teamwork that it becomes a part of you.
The CXC Registrar detailed his hopes for how teachers can renew their vision of teaching and learning following the discussions.
You hope that they go back to their roots of their training that they got as teachers, of the understanding Piaget and Brunner and so on and what they were saying, of having a sense of how do I organize my classroom to make the best use of it, to understand that education, yes, we may give individual prizes, but it is not an individual thing, it is a collective thing where we all learn together, and that the classroom itself is a learning area, not a repetition area as such, but where knowledge is developed and distributed. It is not some people succeeding and not others. The emphasis has to be on everybody doing well and everybody developing the levels of skills that are required to manipulate and to benefit from those opportunities that will be offered in 2020, 2021 and beyond.
For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
The Kimpton Kawana 5-star resort in Montrouge could attract more than 20,000 visitors to Grenada annually once the hotel is fully opened. The hotel is scheduled to be opened in December 2020. The date was pushed out to accommodate expansion. Developer Ambassador Warren Newfield says the increase in the number of visitors will have a positive effect on the economy.
Once fully opened, it'll employ approximately directly 320 people. But in the Caribbean, any economist will tell you there's a well-established multiplier effect between direct employment and indirect employment. In the hospitality space in the Caribbean, I think it's about 2.75. So that'll be another 800 jobs that should be created indirectly. So combined, you're talking approximately 1,100 jobs, which is a significant boost to the economy. Based on in our agreement with Kimpton, there's a benchmark of hotels that they need to perform against. Based on that benchmark in terms of occupancies, this project, and assuming a 5-night room stay, should attract about 20,000 visitors annually, new visitors to Grenada. The demographic of these, we're estimating would spend about 400 EC dollars per person per day, which that's other than accommodation, that's just on food, entertainment. So that would basically put a boost into the economy of about 100 million EC annually, excluding accommodation. So it's a very significant and meaningful impact economically.
VP of Construction Hans Lotz says while there have been some setbacks, the contracting firms are pushing ahead to ensure the completion of the resort.
Our main contractor on the island is Creative Design. We are very happy to be associated with Creative. They've done some large projects and some big landmarks in Grenada, and we have a very good relationship with Creative Design. We obviously make use of their associate companies like Cooling Tech, that's also a well-known name in Grenada, to do some services for us. So the main beneficiary of the construction contract is Creative Design.
He adds that employment numbers are expected to increase significantly in the coming weeks when work on the main hotel building intensifies.
I would say at the peak, when the current building that you have just seen being erected, the employment rate will probably increase to about 200 people simultaneously on the site. And you can appreciate that stretches across a whole variety of trades, from wall framing, plumbers, electricians, building contract staff that do the block work and the concrete work and that sort of thing. So it stretches across many disciplines.
At present, there are 60 people employed on the construction of the main hotel. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then started the story here, babe. Crack. And the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office.
A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
Continuing the news, the 40th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, will be held in St. Lucia from July 3rd to 5th, with implementation of measures to enhance the CARICOM single market and economy expected to be high on the agenda. The meeting at the Sandals Grand St. Lucian Hotel will be held under the chairmanship of the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the Honorable Alan Chastney. Heads of government are expected to build on the St. Anne's Declaration approved at the 18th special meeting on the CSME in Trinidad and Tobago. The declaration, which confirmed the CSME as still the most viable platform to support the region's growth and development agenda, put forward several measures for determined action. Among them, a more formalized, structured mechanism for engagement with the region's private sector and labor. An opening ceremony will be held on Wednesday, July 3rd, and will be addressed by Prime Minister Chastney, the outgoing chairman, Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris of St. Kitts Nevis, and CARICOM Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque. After an absence of more than 10 years, the Grenada culinary team made its name at the Taste of the Caribbean competition in Miami. The team returned on island on Wednesday with medals in hand from all categories. Antonio Bain copped the Spirit of the Competition award with a bronze medal in the Caribbean Bartender of the Year category. Nelsie Mapson won a silver medal for the individual chocolate category and bronze medal in the Pastry Chef of the Year category. Josh Buckmeyer, bronze medal, Caribbean Chef of the Year category, bronze medal for the seafood competition. Kellen Maxime, bronze medal, certified Angus beef category, and third place in the pork shoulder competition. Samisha Dominique, bronze medal, junior chef of the year category. Team manager, Chef Belinda Bishop, says hard work and sleepless nights have paid off.
This was made possible. It couldn't have been possible without the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Authority, GHTA, and the GTA. And they've made it possible for us to go and get this great experience, and we all came home winners, and we're excited for the future. I think that this is going to plummet everybody's career into the next level. We're excited about going back in 2020.
Sponsored by the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association, the Grenada Tourism Authority, and other private sector entities, the delegation competed against 13 other Caribbean teams in various categories and showcased innovative cuisine. Some of the dishes were themed coq ramage in the individual chocolate category, jab pork for the pork shoulder category, and Veronica L for the pastry category. The team leader says this is a stepping stone in the participants' career.
Some of our junior chefs here will move on to externships right after this, so it's going to be very exciting for the whole team. And it's going to elevate their culinary professionalism. So we're excited. It was a hard road. I mean, we're exhausted. We didn't get any sleep. It's been from one competition to the next, and they handle it like champs. What it means for me going forward is like Flavors of Grenada, our company Flavors of Grenada, we're just going to take this to the next level because I want to make sure that we represent our agriculture, our hotels, our sand, sea, fun, everything well. And I want more people to get into this profession, and I want more people to come to the island to be able to experience what these young people be able to create.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
It's coming, the new family of EC polymer notes.
What is different about these notes?
The feel.
Polymer notes are made from a thin plastic film which makes the notes feel smoother than the paper notes.
The orientation.
The notes have a portrait orientation. You will read the notes from top to bottom instead of left to right as you do with the paper notes.
Unique tactile feature.
The front of each note has raised bumps at the top left-hand corner. These bumps form shapes that are familiar to you.
Holographic foil strip.
This feature is on the $20, $50, and $100. When you tilt the notes, the images and colors in this section will change.
New image on the $50.
The back of the $50 bears the image of former governor of the ECCB, the late Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner.
New signature.
All the notes bear the signature of the current governor, Timothy N.J. Antoine.
EC polymer notes. Cleaner, safer, stronger.
Hello, my name is Michaela Williams, winner of the Festival of the Arts Secondary School Solo Pan Competition. And these are my colleagues.
We are members of the Full Comanchero Steel Orchestra, your current panorama champions.
Having won 3 of the last full panorama competitions in Spice Mass.
We are inviting you to Spice Mass 2019, especially junior and senior panorama, at the National Stadium on Saturday, 10th August 2019.
Come and enjoy the experience, the excitement, and the skills of the players of the various steel orchestra. Suzuki Pan Wizards,
Republic Bank Interlaps,
New Dimension,
Panacea,
Melody Warriors,
Rainbow City All-Stars, Grand Roy Pan Angels,
Digital Florida All-Stars,
and of course, Flow Comancheros.
After Panorama, you can join us on the road for Juve and Parade of the Bands on Monday the 12th and Tuesday the 13th of August.
Spice Mass 2019. Don't miss it.
Your joints are now feeling weak. Dehydration, children feeling sick. And the American dream, you just about to quit. But despite the pressures from Donald Trump, in federal jail he will find his bunk. And despite the tears that they have ignored, American values must be restored. Now despite the lives that this journey take, for the terrain some could not make, while those who survive is still a heartbreak.
Kaiso. Yes, indeed, that's Brother Denson Lewis. Always coming out with some wonderful calypso renditions.
At home to calypso, some things that you have to know. Barriers I face, judges disgrace, seems to be commonplace. I dreamt that I won a crown, so every year I present my song. No matter how I try, say miss I'm denied, and I wonder why. But through it all, I am not daunted. Passion within keeps me motivated. Every dog have its time. One day I will reach the top. For the craft I will learn honestly from all the greats that was before me. Despite the length of time, I will never give up. Neutrality one day will step in. Corruption will be out of the system. At the end of the day, the best man going to win. Once you're involved in politics, you will use your pen to give him and licks. So recuse yourself, conflict of intrigues. But even though the system don't change, I'll keep coming back and don't find it strange. The scene is true, yes, we understand. culture remains bigger than every man. So despite the way how I man does feel, when my dreams some does try to kill, though at times my pen lacks the wheel, hold on to your dream.
What is it, Kaiso?
Kaiso, according to one man. Kaiso in you.
Yeah, that's one of the pride of Chocolate City. Yeah, he's out from St. Andrew.
Northeast.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Chocolate City.
Chocolate City.
That's a new name. Yeah, no cocoa. It's not just the cocoa. There's the
Chocolate City. Yeah. All right, so that one's coming down from Denson Lewis. You're listening to Hard Talk. It's now 39 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock. My name is Sheldon Scott.
I'm Devon Romain.
And you're listening to 97.5 City Sound FM.
89.5 CRFM.
92.9 the Sister Isle Radio out there on the Sister Isle of Carriacou in Hillsborough.
Yeah, morning to Carol. And 94.9 WeiVybz Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn. Wow, I wonder what the weather is like out there.
Yeah, well, I can tell you the weather here. It is a rainy Friday on the Isle of Spice. A rainy Friday here.
Still beautiful.
On the Isle of Spice. It's always beautiful no matter what on the Isle of Spice. Just a note to those of you who are planning to come out to the NNP Lime this evening, it has been postponed due to the inclement weather. It has been postponed. We'll give you the date of when it's being moved to. All right, but the NNP Lime, which was scheduled for the Mount Helicon this evening, this afternoon. That's not evening. This afternoon starting at 4 p.m. Yep. It has been postponed. So we'll be giving some more information over the next few days as to when it will be taking place. So remember, Bull, I know you wanted to come up. I'll talk to you otherwise. And Green Man, all of you, yeah. I know you all were planning to head up to the NNP Lime this afternoon. It has been postponed. But what hasn't been postponed is Sister Isle Radio's activity at Carriacou Health Services tomorrow. That is all on like boiled corn. It's going to be happening. Yeah, $70. Eat and drink all you could for the entire night. Wonderful music and so on. It's going to be taking place at the Carriacou Health Services out there on the Sister Isles of Carriacou tomorrow. I'm sorry I can't be there this week. You never know. You may see me next week. Yeah, so Carriacou, yeah, that one is for you, eh? So that is on. That one is on. Carriacou Health Services tomorrow evening. Yeah, $70. Eat and drink all you could eat and drink. So support our sister station there, Sister Isle FM. Yeah, and the wonderful folks there. Let's say good morning to you, Mr. Fraser. Hope that you're having a fabulous morning this morning. Lisa Marie, good morning to you. And Linton, yeah, the rest of the staff does say, shall I call it with name? I have to know the names to call it. You understand? That does be the problem. Muscles, I ain't see your music yet, Muscles. Send the thing for me now, man. Hey, you're supposed to have my number, man. Hey, so Carol, yeah, I see you, Carol. I see you. Jillian and Hannah, good morning to all of you guys on the live this morning. Remember to like and share the live. Like and share the live. Carla, good morning to you, my dear. Hope you're having a fabulous morning this morning. Hey, we must say a special good morning to the staff at the various financial institutions. So good morning to the staff at Grenada Cooperative Bank. Yeah, they've over $1 billion in assets, right? Or own local bank, eh? Yeah. Over $1 billion in assets right now. Yeah.
And good morning to all the credit unions operating in our country.
First Caribbean Bank, I ain't forget all you, know. And Republic Bank, good morning. Bank, yeah. RBTT, good morning. Yeah, good morning to you all. And Scotiabank. Yeah, saying good morning to all of them. And the staff down there at Ariza. And Grenville Credit Union.
Communal Credit Union.
Yeah. The Grenada Union of Teachers Credit Union.
Yeah.
River Sally Credit
Union. And so, are we missing out anybody?
I wonder if there are any other credit unions we're missing out there.
No, on the south.
Can't remember off the top of my head.
Budge Grove Credit Union.
Budge Grove had their own credit union.
Yeah, right there in the community center. Yeah, I know I was missing someone.
Yeah. I remember when Communal Credit Union had their office right where the present Attorney General Chambers is on H.A. Blaze Street there. Yeah, the Communal Credit Union used to be. There. Yeah, in the little board and concrete building that they used to be there. Yeah. And Glenda, who is now at the top of the hospital steps, Used to be working along with the man selling lunch right at the side there. Yeah, that's how old I is. I could remember the old building before they break it down and build this one that's there now.
81 degrees? Nah, man.
No, it's actually some parts of Europe right now are going through a heat wave.
Yes, bro.
It's actually igniting fires and that sort of thing. So they're going through a heat wave. Folks, it's a Friday, and we're going to open the phone lines from now. We were supposed to have a guest coming in with us this morning, but due to unforeseen circumstances, they cannot make it. All right, so we're going to open the phone lines. We're going to have an open program this morning, and you can call in. It's been a very interesting week. Devon, I've been looking at some of the footage on GIS and on some of the other news stations in relation to what has been taking place at the Kawana Bay resorts. Yeah,
there's been a lot of movements there, man.
Yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of stuff taking place there. And from what I'm seeing, believe me, people going wow at Silver Sands. They'll soon be going wow when they're looking at Kawana Bay resorts, man. It's beautiful. So you expect some of the guys to jump up just now and try to put spokes in the wheel and say all kind of thing. We're looking for that.
Progress. Some can't stand it. Some when they see it and they think they just throw up. But you can't help it. It's progress for Grenada. Can't stop us.
Well, some of them got attempt. You hear some kind of thing now about where the water line starts and end, and you can see fellas go down there and say they're holding protests and all kind of thing because the property is too close to the water line.
Who are measuring tape and pulling thing.
You see they walk down with the measuring tape and all kind of thing.
They never pull a measuring tape in their life, and they have to measure the yard.
But you know some of them same hypocrite end up going inside Silver Sands.
Well, when he open in and eat, I mean, come on. But that's Grenada. That's great. We love everybody.
Also, Hannah is saying they were on Church Street first, a little opposite St. George Anglican School. I know that.
School,
I know the Public Service Credit Union was there, but not. So, what Public Service Credit Union is what Ariza is.
Yeah, that's what it was.
But I never knew communal to be there.
No.
I always know communal to be on HA Blaze.
Yeah, and I never knew communal.
Yeah, communal used to be on HA Blaze. Now they're down in town in the Grenlec, where Grenlec used to be.
Yep.
They're inside there.
And they used to occupy with the CIDs presently at upstairs. They
Yeah, but that's over in H.A. Blaze Street.
H.A. Blaze Street.
Yeah, that's where they were originally. It's between H.A. Blaze Street and
but it's not
H.A. Blaze Street and it's.
But he would not have. Their address would not have been H.A. Blaze Street, because
the entrance was at the top.
At the top. That's what street is that? Not Green Street. What's one of the street? Yeah, Green Street. Yeah.
Nazibi, I don't know where they were when Flamboyant was building the Owl and Restaurant Bar, because it is about the same place. What they're doing, what they're constructing now, what they've broken down from where the Owl Restaurant was there, and what they're building now is basically the same distance. Is basically the same distance. But you're going to hear them. They're going to start. Because every time something has to happen in this country to the benefit of people, there are groups of people for nothing but personal, selfish, political reasons don't want to see it happen.
Enemies of progress.
And there's not a new thing. Remember, watch, to tell you how it is. We as Grenadians are the same one that had a revolution and then turn it back, Nobody didn't come in and turn around the Grenada Revolution, and we that turn it around.
Yeah, we started the process.
Nobody didn't come and kill anybody there. It was Grenadians that do it. So every time you have something that's progressing, you always have people that jump up and try and pull it down.
Look at the bus terminal.
Pull it back.
Look at the bus terminal in Newport. It's what they say. They say Grenada Beach will disappear in 3 years.
Yeah, Grenada Beach was supposed to have washed away by now. Right now, it's supposed to be rocks and things down there, a cliff. Yeah, that's what's supposed to be there, according to these individuals. They had been doing this for a while. Sir Eric Matthew Gary, folks, we always have to go back there. Sir Eric Matthew Gary, when he started speaking with Charles Mudaka and these other individuals, and so to bring the St. George University School of Medicine into Grenada.
We say crazy.
Man, Devon and them.
We say crazy.
Yeah, Devon and them.
He bringing dead people in the country and this.
He bringing cadavers. Oh, and these bodies could have all sorts of diseases that don't exist in Grenada. Trying to fearmonger and scare the average Grenadian to the point where no one would have wanted it here and they could have had mass protests against it. And now...
What's the result of it now?
The SGU is now providing a significant proportion of the GDP of Grenada. In other words...
Over 20%.
Grenlec making real money off of them. Real money. Even if they're using solar some places, Grenlec making real money off of them. Nawasa making real money off of them. Real value. Andals and Associates. You name the supermarket, food fair in Grand Dance. Independence agencies. All of them make real money off of it. But if it was up to some people back in the day, SGU would never have been established in Grenada.
Yeah. Look at the accommodation for housing that was created by business people.
Don't even talk about the taxi men, the taxi drivers who go back and forth between SGU, even though they have the bus service. But taxi men do get good job with the medical students and the SGU students because it's no longer just medical students. Some of us who are a bit older still refer to everybody that go down there as medical students. So just excuse that. I'm not that old, but yeah. I remember it was just a medical school. So you have all of these people that benefit off of it. Now you're seeing the Koana Bay Hotel coming. Who are going to benefit? The Grenadian farmer is going to benefit. Why will the Grenadian farmer benefit? He's going to benefit because with more guests, they have to eat more food. And with more high-quality food available locally, the only person going to benefit there has to be the farmer. No, not the only person, but one of the people that must benefit there is the Grenadian farmer. They'll benefit off of this. So we have to understand that these things are not being done in isolation. So when you see Koana Bay, and you heard the investor speaking about Grenada's CBI program, because it's a CBI project.
Exactly.
And you heard him speaking in glowing terms about Grenada's CBI program. Grenada, one of the most stringent CBI programs that exists anywhere. Not just in the Caribbean, anywhere. Yeah, the checks and balances that you have to go through in order to become part of the CBI program here in Grenada. Yeah? So we're seeing these developments taking place, but as usual, there are always people. And we're just putting you on notice that they're going to come because, as we said, it happened with the medical school. It happened. Right now, there are people that are earning upwards of $10,000 to $15,000 a month just off of rentals. And that's just low figures are calling, off of rentals for people who are going to SGU. Yeah. They have a couple of apartments or they might have a whole apartment complex and they're renting out. You have people who are earning $2,000 and something US a month in rental for an apartment that they have just sit down there. They ain't even renting it out when the students go. They ain't even renting it out. They said it ain't make no sense. So they're just taking that time to fix up and neaten up.
Clean up and nice it up.
Yeah, they ain't renting it out for nobody else during that time. When the students come back, it's gone again. But some people were saying no. Some people were saying no. When Port Louis was to be developed, you had the little kind of shack that was against the road right there with the turtle shell and them there. Right. Then you had all the old scrap iron that Mr. Ross used to have down there because ships used to come in every now and again and collect and go. He used to trade in that. Yeah. So when they collect all the old scrap iron and all kind of thing from inside, I feel they even had some of them thing that fall along in the revolution down in the back there still. They used to have all kind of old iron car parts, this, that, the other.
Tractor, all kind of
thing. All kind of bits and pieces, tray from them tractor, all bits and pieces. Used to be right there.
Old boat engine
and you couldn't go and swim and all kind of thing around. You could have barely even fish around there because by the time you throw your line...
That was a health hazard.
But Devon, by the time you throw your line to fish around, it used to tie up on something under the water there. Yeah. And I ain't asking people, I'm telling people because I was a guy who used to leave Springs and walk down to go and throw line there.
And who used to go and
beat around there? You saw some barracuda around there,
boy. Yeah, favorite for that.
You saw some barracuda around there, I can tell you that. Yeah, boy.
Definitely.
You had to make sure you had the right equipment or they cut you and gone. But that is what the situation was there. You used to have these little the piles for the jetty that had broken off years ago. And we're just sticking out of the water with all kind of barnacles and so on them.
What about the old boats and so that was just
abandoned?
And just abandoned.
Abandoned there. In other words, Port Louis, where we now call Port Louis, was a dump site.
It was.
It was a dump site. Old iron, rusty old iron is all it had down there. When Mr. Peter de Savary came in, and government decided to work along with him to develop the area now into what it is now, they had to fight tooth and nail. I see somebody trying to back out from that the other day and saying, "Oh, we lying. That is not true."
We cried.
Government did not fight tooth and nail against anybody, and nobody was against the project taking place, and so on. Devon, I still have the video in it. Just NDC? Where I have it, but I still have the video of the CC6 Sunday morning program, the special program that was done. I think George Grant and others were there, and Jude Bernard, all these kind of people was there. If I remember incorrectly, I know Chris De Riggs was there.
I think Sandra Ferguson was also there.
Was there.
Yeah.
You had all these people that were there and saying that, I remember one individual saying that, if you drill too deep, that you're going to cause seismic problems, so you're going to interfere with a volcano. There was another one that said they grew up swimming there and they want to be able to swim there. I would have liked them to go and try and swim there.
They want to see that they never go and swim there yet, Don't worry them,
You better have had your tetanus shots. If you did only try to dive in the water there, you better have had your tetanus shots.
But we beat that issue during NDC time. I say we, because I was part of it. We cried trouble on that Peter de Savary project, Port Louis.
Yeah.
We did.
And the same hypocrite on them is the ones that go in there right now and have lunch.
Lunch and drinks and
enjoy the scenery. You can't help it because let's be clear. They can't help it because we know some of the best food you're going to get on the island is where you proper name? Randy, right. Yep. We know that some of the best food you're going to find on the island right now is down in Port Louis by Randy. Yep. You're getting some of the best pizza, anything you want to get. And the ambience is perfect. So you could take a picture down there and people will feel that you're somewhere in the Riviera, the French Riviera or some kind of thing. Right? So we know. They can't help it. But them hypocrite and them today Friday, bet your bottom dollar. Anywhere between 12 this evening and 12 tonight, they're going to be there.
They and drinking
them
and eating
hypocrite.
And everything like that.
The same ones that tell this every day used to go and swim there.
But
they used to dive there and they want to be able to go and bathe there.
But you see,
should I go and bathe back in those days?
That's the problem with some of us. We only want to enjoy it for ourselves, the selfishness that we have, and we don't want the entire country, right, to enjoy it. You see, some of us figure, we have a certain class, and these things is only for us, and not, the general population. I mean, and I tell you, that project was fought tooth and nail.
Boy, right now they're trying to wheel back. They say no, nobody was against the project and nobody fight against the project.
They can't tell me that.
And all this kind of thing. Man, that's what they're saying.
I fight too. I fight against it too. I'm afraid to say it. I was part of NDC and that was one of the drums that we was beating.
Yeah, beat that thing. Take the land and they give it away.
Yeah.
And all sorts of things. But you're seeing them go in the bar ride and park up there now and go to have dinner. Yeah? They sit down inside there and they're having the glass out. Well, go spend money by Randy. That's my partner. Yeah, go there.
That's Grenada. We all Grenadians. We have to enjoy all our scenery.
I know he's one of the best on the island. So go. Yeah, go. But at the end of the day, all your hypocrite.
As you did on that, Sheldon, projects in review. And we could review a lot of the projects that was,
attacked
and proven to
I saw one of them sit down inside Republic Bank right now in town.
Yeah.
I saw one of them maybe sit down inside it or just come out the mall to get a smoothie or some kind of thing.
The new NIS building, they go and check on the NIS business and everything, Make sure that they're up to date with NIS and everything like that. They didn't have to go in the front, this is the back, state of the art.
Reclaimed land. Mm-hmm. Right? Because they fought against that too. Remember, the waves used to break right by the edge of the tunnel there and end up under the tunnel too. It had times the tunnel used to flood. If the seas were particularly rough, and especially if you had rains along with the sea being rough, the tunnel used to flood.
Pitch Pine Bar. Who was old enough to remember Pitch Pine Bar in its glory? you would understand what we're talking about when the wave break against the wall and the old police station. That's the old NIS building. Yeah, that was a police station, headquarters of the Royal Grenada Police Force at one point in time. You know, but look at it now. Look at the development. Look at the bus terminus in particular, the fish market. I mean, these are projects that stands out not just in Grenada, but in the entire Caribbean. I mean, it's just vision, eh?
You see, the thing is this, they fought against these things. So now you have Ariza, the Public Service Credit Union, there, in town. Easy to find. You have parking that didn't exist before, that now exists in town. There you have the Ariza car park, as well as you have the other one that belongs to Zublin or whoever. You also have there, you have Colombian Emeralds and all these other stores inside there. You have Gentle Dental Care, where if you want to make your teeth look like just go by doc. Tell us Sheldon send you. Right? You'll get a special treatment.
Just the sun is shining now, but the teeth go be
glittering. You have York Sneakers and all these guys and them in the building there. So you have the National Lottery Authority has a place across there. You have Sweet Traditions across there. All of these places have people working for them.
Western Union.
You have the various gift shops from the front to the back. You have Subway inside there. You have the smoothie place. You have Grenlec. You have all of these places in a place that didn't exist before. That people were saying, don't build because you go wash out Granans Beach. Well, Granans Beach there and the place they're providing employment for people. But we're saying all of this to say that every time a development has to take place in Grenada, especially one which is going to provide jobs, not only for the poorer people in Grenada, but for everyone. It's not just jobs for poor people, it's jobs for everyone. Anytime we have situations like that coming up, there are always these groups of people that fight against it. We have a caller online.
Good morning and welcome.
Well, that caller is gone.
Caller is gone.
Yeah, 4407377
and 347-329-3101.
Mm-hmm. You see, there's that concept right now that they cannot win an election head on versus the New National Party.
That's impossible.
That when it comes vote to vote on the island of Grenada, that they cannot beat the New National Party. So they're trying to instigate other means of gaining power. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Boss.
I hear you talking about all them type of thing. I don't hear you talking about Chinatown and them place and the port over there.
We covered.
I could only talk about what I know, I ain't that old bull.
Bully don't know that. Bull, he don't know that. I could talk about that. He don't know that.
I tell him me call and remind all you about that too.
And Mama.
Because I play mass over there too, you know.
Yeah, you remember Mama?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Mama was the queen, you know.
In them time in Chinatown, we used to pay 50 cents for a rum.
That was way back. You're talking about late 60s and early 70s.
Well, you know where I'm born. I'm born in the 40s.
Well, all right.
So I know all that. And across the bridge where we used to go there with them, how they call him?
Clancy.
So I put him down, so all you chat on that.
All right, boss. Good.
Me wouldn't know about Clancy.
But that's some history. Clancy Island. That's right where Port Louis is right there.
That was an actual island?
Well, I mean, you have to cross the bridge. You got to cross the little bridge to go over in the dance hall. A nice little, like a turtleback bridge, you know?
All right.
Yeah, you have to go across there. That was, Friday night party place.
Who have pictures got it?
Sunday night. I tell you, it was.
So that's before they turn into a dumpy.
Yes, that's before they turn into a dumpy.
All right.
You understand? So
I meet it when it was a dumpy.
It was a dumpy. Yeah, Clancy. And Clancy was one of a foreign investor. I think he was somewhere in Europe, from Europe or perhaps the United States. Yeah. And who came into Grenada during the Gary era to invest, and Uncle G gave him that area there to invest.
Fight against he too? Fight
against well, he had to go. I mean, he couldn't stay. I tell you, we had some very, sort of way we used to deal with investors. It was not good. At the time, we thought it was the best thing to do. But eventually, realizing as age brings reason. Yeah, a lot of that.
Age brings reason.
Yeah,
two things bring reason: age and AIDS. Both of them bring reason.
Age and AIDS.
Age and AIDS. Two of them bring real reason. Take what I tell you.
Yeah, but Bull, you raise some history there. You understand? Chinatown, right, where the new port. I mean, the port is right there.
But you see, and again, every time a development has to take place, there are the noises. Yeah. I remember, and don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with a tax-paying Grenadian airing their view in relation to a national issue. Nobody expects people to go on mute on everything.
Nope.
Nobody expects people not to give their view on things. But you have to understand that there are a core of people. They like sour lime.
Yeah.
They could never sweet. Every time something comes up, their thing is not about national development.
No. They not know about that.
Their thing is about, they want to hate and spite on Dr. Mitchell.
And selfish.
They have a problem with the individual Dr. Keith Mitchell. They have a problem with the New National Party as an organization. And the biggest problem is that they can't beat the New National Party when it comes hand down. Especially the substandard candidates they keep sending. They can't. You know? So they're always having that problem. Yeah, and we see it happening over and over and over again. Yeah? When you were looking to do the expansion of the port, the present port in town, people were making noise. It's a good thing it was a man like Ambrose that was in charge of it at the point in time.
Firm hand.
You understand? Yeah. Because you had people making noise about that too. Yeah? Because some people, if you give them a chance, they want to see Grenada looking exactly like it looked in the 1940s or the 1930s.
They will roll it back,
kind of thing.
If you give them a chance, they roll it back.
Yeah, they don't mind seeing it look like that. Yeah? They have no problem with it looking like in that way.
Yeah. Hey, good morning. You talk about Mr. Philip. Good morning to you, Mr. Ambrose Philip. No, he was under the weather a while ago.
And let me offer our condolences to Mr. Raymond Roberts on the loss of his mother. Yes. Yeah, I myself have been up and down to the hospital, and I was seeing him nearly every day.
Every day.
Like one thing, he make it his duty to be up there every day, and so and his mother has passed to the great beyond. So, Brother Ray, our condolences to you.
Yes,
yeah, indeed. So. All right, yeah, but every time we have a development to take place here, there's a problem. It was decided to build a national stadium. National stadia, right? I remember at the end of the 1995 general election, I remember going to a rally right after the 1995 election. I remember two things from that especially. I remember Alan Campbell at the time doing some poetry in and between. So he had the thing and he was doing some poetry, and I'm talking about in the old Queen's Park stands.
In the old Queen's Park.
Yeah. So I remember Alan doing that. But I also remember Inspector at the point in time saying, Dr. Mitchell, we want a stadium. It's a stadium we want a stadium. I remember Elimus Gilbert, Inspector, saying at that rally, we want the stadium. I can't remember if the stadium was part of the campaign manifesto at that point in time, but I always remember Inspector saying that. You want a stadium, it's a stadium we want a stadium. And Grenada led the way, basically in the OECS in relation to that. Everybody else started the stadium after Grenada. Yeah. Dominica, all of them, they come afterwards. But Grenada led the way. Yeah? Then you're able to have international cricket in Grenada.
Yep.
Back in 1990, who would have ever think of that? International cricket in Grenada?
No, we had to pay all the expenses to go in other person's stadium.
Yeah. You have the Carifta Games coming to Grenada, and you have things like the Grenada Invitational,
where the
top athletes from around the world, not just the top athletes in the Caribbean, the top athletes from around the world, the US, Canada, the UK, Russia, China, Australia, New Zealand, the top athletes from around the world,
including Grenada,
come to Grenada every year and compete. Some of them open their season in Little Grenada. And while they're here, they're sending out WhatsApp messages, they're sending out Instagram messages and Facebook messages to their tens of thousands of followers, telling them how sweet Grenada is. Back in 1990, nobody was considering that could have happened.
No, that couldn't happen at all.
Nobody was thinking of that. Yeah. But again, to build the stadium was problem again.
Yep.
To build the stadium was noise. And then the hurricane passed, the stadium mash up, you build a next one, Again, problem to rebuild it. Problem. Shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do this. But it was built. And it is now giving the Grenada the opportunity. This year we had the English team. Yeah. We had the Grenada Invitationals. Yeah. So.
Good morning and welcome.
Hey, Sheldon.
Hi, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, what's up?
Quite fine, man.
Yeah, I ain't have much credit. I'm talking about Port Louis. I mean, I passed there a while ago, and to me, like, I'm seeing some major extension going on there on the jetty and the lane for them yachts and them to be parking. And I wasn't aware this was going on there, but I'm seeing a lot of work going on there now.
Yeah, I do believe there is work taking place, additional work.
The Grenada Yacht Club.
Okay.
That's the side of the Grenada Yacht Club. That's in the back of the Union Building there. They have a major expansion going on there around by the Carriacou jetty. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'll take care.
Okay,
right, boss. Yeah.
So somebody tell me, Uncle Gary, now, when he don't want to spend money to develop somewhere, he would bring in a foreign investor, let them spend the money to develop it.
Technique.
Yeah, but then you know what he used to do?
Well, of course, run them after. I mean, that's without asking.
They said there's a story of Uncle Gary was a kind of character. Yeah. They said there's a thing with Uncle Gary. There was this foreign person that had a dog that, like, it had this specific mindset. It only used to run out after darker skinned people. Every time somebody dark skinned passed, the dog running out from the man yard and look to bite them and thing. So people who doing work in that, I wouldn't call the area, because people who working as domestics, etc. in that area, the dog only used to go out at darker skinned people and fire bite or bite.
Yeah.
So
make a mistake one day though.
Uncle Gary called him in. Uncle Gary said, my friend, it's between two things. Either the dog leaves or you leave. They never see the dog again.
The man didn't want to leave though. He's smart. He could always get a dog. You know, on the live, I've seen somebody mention a name, Franco's. Well, Sheldon, you wouldn't know about that.
Nope.
Franco's had one of the best. But I know about it because my mom used to work there. Mm-hmm. My mom was a chef.
Used to work at Franco.
Yes, she used to work at Franco. That is right opposite Scotia Bank, in that road going up to the to the hospital there. Mm-hmm. Right opposite there, one of the Indian stores up already there. Franco used to be right there, ice cream and burgers and that sort of thing.
But Devon, going back on the same thing again though, as we continue to say, every time you try to develop somewhere, it is a problem for certain individuals in this country.
Oh yeah.
They end up utilizing and using, because the same set of people who were talking about don't expand town are the same people that banking there, that go in and sit down in the credit union there.
And looking for a place to run business.
Exactly. The same set of people, they park in their vehicle there when they had to go around town.
Exactly.
It's the same set of people.
Convenient.
You see, but convenient is exactly, it was convenient for them at the time to attack politically. To say that shouldn't happen and that wouldn't happen and that sort of thing. But it's not convenient for them now to not park there.
Exactly.
Okay, they park in town, they know what's going on. Them traffic wasn't bad as bobo. Try and park in town and you go find out. Park the wrong space. That is what goes on.
And then, I mean, and what? When we took out, and callers, I mean, for us, we just going through projects in review. For us, way back during the Gary era. Projects that were brought in by the different governments and were opposed by selfish people and everything like that. And primarily we want to zero in to the 1995 era up until now.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, to build the stadium, a lot of them started on why you're building the stadium and why you're doing this and why you're doing that and so. And even when the general hospital was being built, and I remember the old hospital.
Yeah.
I remember the wooden structures that were there probably since right after Columbus land used some lumber from one of the ships and built them because it was there long. So these old colonial structures that were there, that when you remember the wheeling, like your downstairs in emergency, remember as soon as you enter, emergency was right there. And when you hear the women's maternity ward was upstairs.
Yeah.
So sometimes you down in emergency and you're hearing somebody screaming upstairs. You know, that made some people walk out emergency room and go.
They can go and they ain't come back at all.
The emergency room was right downstairs and the maternity ward was upstairs and so, but that ward was...
area for the children and everything like that.
So I remember that. And imagine, you were moving from that to what we have now and what's being developed in phase 2. And you're still having people saying, that shouldn't be there, move it. You know, get rid of that, don't do that, that sort of thing.
They're not thinking.
Because during the period 2008 to 2013, there were some people that took great pleasure in pointing to the steel structure up there at the General Hospital and saying, look where Gregory Bowen and Dr. Mitchell leave for all you. But I ain't seen those people passing up there now and saying, look where Gregory Bowen and Keith Mitchell leave for all you. I ain't see them doing it now.
No, they see that other thing.
I ain't see them doing it now. We saw the Honorable Peter David negotiating now for some equipment for there, and don't think he's only checking one place, he's checking several places. At the same time, other ministers are using their international contacts and so on, because you want it to be state of the art. You're looking for MRI services, ultrasound services, X-ray services, blood work, everything to be done there.
Everything. Full, and not just, I mean, for us Grenadians, but I mean, for the tourists. And so we want persons, you understand, to leave abroad and come to Grenada to do operations, to relax after the operations and that sort of things. We want, I mean, and eventually we will do it. Understand? This government is transforming Grenada from where it was back in the Stone Age to where it is and beyond.
Yeah, so you have all of these developments, whether it's to build a hospital. Yes, it is not perfect.
No.
We'll be the first ones to tell you, the General Hospital, no hospital facility, not only here in Grenada, anywhere in the world, is perfect. None. Some people just want to give you the impression that when you go to a hospital in North America, that it's like if you're you're
in heaven. Although I know what heaven is or what heaven is.
Yeah, but some of them just want to give you the impression that the streets in the United States are paved with gold, and the general hospitals are angels working inside there, and all sorts of things. Everywhere you go on the planet Earth, I know if they travel outside it, but everywhere you go on planet Earth, hospitals have issues. There's no such thing as a perfect hospital.
But Sheldon,
and we'll be the first to admit that Grenada's General Hospital, the minister says it. It's not perfect. If he thought it was perfect, you'd have just stopped work and just decide, me ain't doing nothing there. You ain't trying to find no equipment. You ain't trying to leave it as it is and just go ahead. But they continue to work towards development. You have Miss Fleury, who is doing an excellent job. Yeah, Devon?
No, I was saying, but Grenadians know about Kings County Hospital right there in Brooklyn. The service that they get.
Or lack of?
Well, you said it. I've been there, I know.
You just talk about other countries and all kind of thing. In Trinidad, you could go in the hospital for after 4 in the morning and come out there the next day.
The next day?
Yeah. I want to say come out the next day, not with treatment, and you're waiting.
Still waiting. But that's the thing with the hospital. The service.
Park up in the hall, in the hallway, all sort of thing in the hospital.
Good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Devon.
Good morning, my friend. Morning.
We're getting some rain, man.
Yeah, man. A lot of rain. Let it rain.
A lot of rain.
Nawasa, good morning.
Huh?
No, I'm just calling out Nawasa.
Yeah, Devon. I want to say something. I can't remember any this government bring on stream to bring development and progress to the Grenadian people, and this is supported. Just supporting Nanda. Look at the stadium. The bus terminal, the new hospital that the government presently bring. You remember when the government they did pass it and condemn. I had the boss to say about it. I had to look again. Everything, the port, everything, the road structure, everything that the government tried to bring, any project, this NDC, opposing. There's nothing this government did to bring development and to bring better living conditions for the greater people. That the NDC supported. Everything they condemn in. As how you could condemn things that we have better people living conditions. And the next 5 years, next 4 years to come, you same people you don't want to drive development, you want to go back to them and ask them to support you, vote for them. There's something wrong. I can't see how these people look in. If you want to be a group or opposition, you have to support what is good and what is right and see that we bring development for people of Greater Carriacou City. If the people of Greater Carriacou City we want to vote for you. And if you're condemning they're the same well, Sheldon Devon. When you try to hinder me, right, I might forgive you. But I remember what it did to me. Right? And this is why NDC will always be in this country. They are right now. Because they are right now because what happened with Sheldon? You know, people will always remember who care for them. Right? And what they must show that love and care for them. They will always remember these people. And they will return back the kindness and love and care to the people. So if NDC want to continue and go on that train to condemn people and to condemn the Grenadian people, the Grenadian will always support the people that care and love them. And want to see that their life is much better than it was from 2008 to 2013. And I want to say the government is doing good and the country is in an upward move and there is no stopping. We are going to. Right now, Grenada is a living example for other countries in the Caribbean and the world to follow. So, Brother Sheldon Devon, all I want to God bless you.
All right, my friend.
Ooh, and the rain is coming down by him, man. We hear it pouring in the back there, and we also hearing the thunder here. Yeah, we're hearing the thunder. Devon, you want to take a short break?
Yeah, we can.
You want to? No, a short break. We ain't leaving the studio. We ain't going anywhere. We taking a short break and we busting at you. Like bust at you here. Like bust at you.
Decide to compose another sweet calypso again. But this time, I want it to be real plain. I ain't putting no kind of double meaning. The smallish child must understand what I'm saying. I don't want no misinterpreting when me music playing. In most establishments, whether big or small, the workers do them like a daisical. It's like they're doing you a favor when you go to their business place. Some of them playing games on computer, production time going to waste. We need better customer service here in this place. You lazy government or even private worker, I wanna tell you straight in your face. We need better customer service here in this place, and it will be in everyone's interest.
We need better customer service.
Let's make it a general practice.
We need better customer service.
Just like tourism, let's make it everybody's business.
We need better customer service.
Especially in emergency crisis, we need better customer service. Don't treat us so. For instance, we have a case of emergency. The police, ambulance, and fire must respond immediately. But anytime you call the police station, they never have no form of transportation, so they can't respond to the phone call that could have saved somebody's son. And if you're lucky, you get hold of the ambulance, but your odds is like 1 in a million chance. And the fire truck does always come when the place done burn. Sometimes they even come without water. My people, this is a disgrace. We need better customer service here in this place. It's time to stop treating the consumer worse than some human waste. We need better customer service here in this place, and it will be in everyone's interest.
We need better customer service.
Let's make it a general practice.
We need better customer service.
Just like tourism, let's make it everybody's business.
We need better customer service.
Especially in emergency crisis, we need better customer service. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When you're providing a service, always put the customer first. Because without any patrons, your business go bust. Pick up the phone and attend to the people quick. You must be friendly, courteous and meek. If one should be accommodated, not yet to feel stupid. Why do we have to wait almost half an hour when your activities is not what they're paying you for? Your courtesy is so scant, you come asking me what you want. It's like you wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. You need to put a smile on your face. We need better customer service here in this place. I come to give you a serious warning. Have respect for the human race. We need better customer service here in this place, and it will be in everyone's interest. We need better customer service. Let's make it a general practice. We need better customer service. Just like tourism, let's make it everybody business.
We need better customer service.
Especially in emergency crisis. We need better customer service.
What do you say for that one, Devon?
Man, Kelly, that's a bomb right there.
Yeah, right.
I like this the style though. Customer service. That's what I mean. That's a wake up call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need better customer service. But we've been talking about that this week. Just this week, we've had individuals calling from the US and so on who stated that, look, sometimes you call a department and people just can't be bothered. They leave you on the line. They ain't guys are overseas call it. Leave you on the line.
They in business.
Mm-hmm.
But we need better customer service in all aspects of our dealings throughout this country.
You find that CISO starting to look kind of tough this year?
Yeah, real tough.
Yeah, the CISO starting to look kind of tough this year because Rootsman ain't backward there.
Nah, at all.
Brother Denson song good. You have Ja Glory out there. You know,
I find the season look as if you go boom.
Yeah, a booming season?
Yeah,
right,
a booming season.
And what about Elf? Yeah.
That, and Elf, and then you know who again? Our friend from Carriacou, Major Dixon.
Major Dixon. I haven't heard Major Dixon's song yet.
I heard a piece out of Major Dixon's song, and man, you need to get it.
Major Dixon. Let me see if I have Major on my thing, man.
Major Dixon, man.
Do a Dixon song? Dixon, find me, yeah. Link me that song, man.
Yeah, we have some nice guys, so and we still haven't heard from a lot of the. I mean, those who usually be around, like Baraka.
And Scholar ain't behind back either.
I mean, Scholar right
Scholar
there.
and Beeson thing this year too, you know?
Yeah, dancing without feet.
I haven't heard Sour Serpent yet.
Not yet.
I haven't heard Sean Niles yet. Yeah?
Baraka, we have not heard
expect
yet.
to hear from that. But folks, we just take a little break there. But of course, we've been speaking about some of the challenges that you meet every now and again. Even look, we just mentioned Carriacou. Imagine the amount of fight back that government had to go through in order to put that new port in Carriacou.
Ooh, serious fight.
The same new port that when they go to Carriacou now they're passing through it. They don't have a choice to, but they're passing through the same new port and all kind of thing. And who went and played the before it was complete, put on hard hat and walking around, say they're looking at it, and all sorts of things. The new port now that offers easier roll-on and roll-off capability. So now the person who is sending their container can send their container direct to Carriacou. It doesn't have to break bulk and go up in bits and pieces to Carriacou. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, you're live. Okay, maybe that individual changed their mind.
Sheldon, there are three major projects in Grenada that suffer the blunt of NDC in the same way. And we can name them. The Bacolet Center.
Well, again, it's a project that was just stopped by the NDC administration between 2008 and 2013. They stopped it, and then to hear the nerve of somebody like Claudette Joseph come in and say that was a project at the NDC. Claudette is a mad man. You're crazy, or you didn't take your meds that morning?
Doc!
I had to ask some questions because something had to be wrong with you. You come talking about that as a project at the NDC.
Yeah,
but again, because you had the then Minister of Youth saying that it was better to spend money on football than to spend money on something like the Bacolet facility. You had him saying that. He's on tape saying it. At the Right Start football competition opening up there in Progress Park, he's on tape saying it. Yeah, because it was a policy position of the NDC administration at the point in time to not move forward with the Bacolet project. Yeah. You had the initial building that was there that was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan. Then they started doing the project again. And then it was hit by Hurricane NDC. Mm-hmm. And it had to come in, the new National Party had to come in and do that project. That now young children no longer have to go up to Richmond Hill Prison. You could direct them there.
And we had the Bacolet project. We had the port project in Carriacou, right?
Stalled. They refused to touch it. Refused to touch that
They didn't
project.
want to come close to it. And then you had the hospital project. 3 major projects that would have bring much needed assistance and relief to the Grenadian people.
You're still forgetting our next one. Despite Mr. Michael Church, remember what was done up in St. John to the facility that is now way advanced.
Now on the way.
Yeah, it's
way
about
advanced.
2 months in advance, I think they say. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because I remember Christmas Day, the guys were working on that, you know. Christmas Day, they were working on that to make sure that they reach to where they need to be.
And there are more, eh? So you can imagine, within a 4.5-year span, over 4-5 major projects that would have bring relief and benefits.
The Grenville Bus Terminal and Market project that was stalled for 2 years. Out of the 4.5 years that NDC were in office, for 2 of those years, they stalled a project. The sod was turned in 2007, ready to go with it. Held off a little bit for the election period. And then it was supposed to start immediately around the time of the election. And it was stalled for 2 years by the NDC administration before they started working on it. Now they come and they call it an NDC project.
After they mess it up, eh?
Yeah, now they're saying it's an NDC project.
Yeah. Incomplete. They did all sorts of things with it. But that's the nature of some of the leaders that we had in NDC. There are some that are still there. They do not focus on what is good for the Grenadian people. Right? They just focus on their own selfish way. What they want, and to hell with everybody else. And that's why they don't fall. You know? It's
sad.
Amazing. Sad.
It's sad. It's really sad.
Projects in review.
Yeah, seriously, there's so many things that
so many.
You know, it could have been way advanced than it is at right now. Had the Bacolet facility been completed at that time and done in the... We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
How are you, Sheldon Scott?
Quite fine.
This is hot.
Hot.
What's up?
I ain't see you send no music for me yet, man.
Well, I have it there, but I just bring it. I want about for this year. I'm supposed to bring it called Wife Wanted, but I just leave back for next year.
Hey, man, you get me excited now. You tell me leave it for next year.
Yes, even me, I never believe. Turn on. Hey.
But send it for us.
The music start like we go like you have a woman from New York City. See the other papers in Grenada, Spice Country. The guy came from Grenada, said that he want a wife, Carnival want a wife. This is Bacchanal, this is Carnival. I say that I want a wife, Black man want a wife, English want a wife, Ghanaian want a wife too. Look the man that want the wife. Hot say he want a wife, also the Carnival. Get on and behave bad. Get on and behave bad. I want a Hot want a wife. Hot want a wife, but the Carnival want a wife. That was so good for next year. I'm serious.
Hot, send the music for me, man.
For the Carnival.
Send what you have for this year. Have you recorded your tunes for this year? Have you recorded anything?
Yeah, what I got a problem with now? What I got a problem with? I heard Godfrey Augustine last night. They was talking about certain issues last night, but I'm making a statement with that. They said about we were supposed to refer about yes.
You listen to the radio.
No, focus with us. Listen to us on the radio. Don't listen to us.
Contrary about the new national party, but the NDC and the people cannot do what the NMP do. So they always confirm, they always giving bad remarks. What I'm saying. So if they want to work with us, let's work with us. But they don't want the NDC and them don't want to work with us, but they complain too much.
All right. Yeah, man. But
so if you want to work, let's NDC work with us, but they don't want to work with us, so that's why there was a problem.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, my brother.
God bless you.
All right. Hot. And get the music to me, man. You can send it. You can WhatsApp it to me, 406-5422. Yeah, just WhatsApp it to me, 406-5422. 5422. You can feel free and WhatsApp the song to me. Somebody just told me the hospital in St. John, the medical facility in St. John, is 9 months ahead, not 2. So it's 9 months ahead of schedule, not 2 months. Yeah. Wow. So they're way ahead with that project. Yeah, and remember, that project, just to spite Mr. Michael Church, just to spite him, that project shut down.
Yep,
yeah?
Big time.
Organized by the previous MP. All they had to do was implement it during that period of time.
That's all they had to do.
But in order to ensure that certain people couldn't win, if they decided to run, they decided, they messed that up.
Imagine that, so you sacrifice an entire community, thousands of people, you deny them of proper health service, proper health care, and now you're running your mouth.
And that's not just the people of St. John, that would be serving the people of St. Mark, even the people of St. Patrick. In case of emergency, you're rushing down, you could head there, because you're talking about offering multiple services out of that facility. And, I mean, come on, man. Every time some development has to take place, there are people that find excuses why it should not take place. There are people who would call and they would say, okay, you're going to do that, but we think the best way to do it is A, B, or C. Nobody could have a problem with that. That's constructive criticism. That we think that the best way for you to do that is A, B, C, D, do it this way. And that should work towards the benefit of everybody. It might be something that you yourself didn't think of before, that they come up with, that you say, okay, that sounds good there, that sounds like it could work, and that kind of thing. But there are some people that just come up about, he can't walk. Why he can't walk? Because there's an NP doing it. He can't walk. Don't do that. That's the attitude of some of them. And it's an attitude that's regressive and not progressive. But it's an attitude that keeps dragging us back.
But you see, they keep telling you it can't work. It can't work because it's not them that want to implement it. See? It's all about them. All about them. Selfish, selfish, selfish. 3 words to describe NDC. N stand for selfish, D stand for selfish, C stand for selfish. I mean...
4407377
and 347-329-3101.
Let me say a good morning to Leslie out there in Florida. I hope you're having a wonderful day today, bro.
Enjoying the weather, bro.
Yeah, I spoke to him yesterday. I think I got a message from him. I have to respond to him there. And also saying a very special, pleasant good morning to our good friends Wade and Mr. Watts
and
Depot and
Toro.
And Toro. Yeah, we know 2 of them listening. Depot and Toro.
Short man. I wonder which one shorter, if it's Toro. Toro, which one shorter? You are Depot. And I want to say a special good morning to a very good friend, a humanitarian, right? I mean, a comrade. Good morning to you, Dr. Winston Thomas. All right, how are you? I hope you're feeling fine this morning. You're under the weather, right? It has been reported that you are a little bit, under the doctor's care, doctor. So we wish you all the best, coming from the HARDTALK family, and so and members of the NNP, and so wish you all the best and a speedy recovery, my friend.
Yes,
One love.
Indeed. Yeah, Doc. Morning. It's 36 minutes after the hour of 11 o'clock. Yes, Hot is songing good. Yeah, so you want to get the recorded song.
And get them early too.
One of the problems that has existed for many years, and those of you listening to Postcab would definitely, you definitely would, I nearly go to say it now. Yeah, you heard Minister Cox make mention of it. Over the years, we've had some fabulous calypsos here in Grenada. Really good calypsos, in fact, but some of those calypsos have never left the tent.
Yep.
Seriously.
That's a fact.
There are calypsos that have won in the Marsh Gras. That the only recording of them is actually in the Marsh Gras. Because people over the years have not been recording their kaiso. So the ministry has been working along with many of them to try and record what needs to be recorded. Because if you decide to go back in the archive now and say you want to hear the 1972 calypso that won the crown.
The crown. You had to scratch your head and like...
You probably had to find the calypsonian and ask them to sing it. And the thing is, some of the calypsonians from back in those, they can't even remember the whole tune.
I can only remember from 1976, see?
Yeah. And so it is important to record a lot of the songs. It is important to go to the tent as well, Because what you hear on the radio and what you hear in the tent is two different, let me tell you, it's two different things.
Yep.
Those of you that circulate and go around to the different Calypso tents, we have a caller online.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you all doing?
Oh, we're pretty fine.
Eh?
We good.
All hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you clearly.
Loud and clear.
First and foremost, I would like to say thanks very much to Dr. Thomas and the team there in the hospital, the nurses and everyone that helped me, and especially Dr. Thomas. God bless him.
Oh, yes.
And the others. And the next little issue we have, like in the medical center, where the louvers giving trouble, so all the water flying in the rain, flying in. So Senator Scott or Mr. Romain, I know you all will seek to help us to get the relevant authority to work speedily on that, because in the dressing room, the water keeps flying as the rain falling.
That's which one specific?
The New Hampshire Medical
In New Hampshire?
Station.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay?
All right. Okay.
Yep.
So we're thanking you all so much. God blessing and all the best. I know all you didn't hear me for a while, but
yes.
I was kind of a little out of it.
And we're so glad we're hearing you now.
Pardon?
I said we're glad we're hearing you now, knowing that you're okay.
Okay.
All right?
That's nice to hear.
All right, so you have a wonderful day.
Yes, you all too. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Take
Okay,
care.
bye-bye. Yes, okay.
Yes, indeed. 440-7377. Good morning to you, Mammy George. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. You, Pinky. Yeah, all of you down there. Hope you're having a fabulous day today. It is pretty rainy, folks. So those of you using the nation's road, please do so with some sort of common sense. Yeah, you can't be speeding when the road wet. You can't be speeding when the road dry either, much less when the road is wet. To me, some people lose all driving skills as soon as 2 drops of rainfall. They lose every ounce of driving skill that they have. Yeah, so let's try to avoid any incidents, any accidents, and so as much as possible. And we're heading into the Fisherman's Birthday weekend. Remember the special traffic arrangements for the town of Guave. So for those of you that are coming down from St. Mark's, St. Soter's area heading towards town, you're coming down, you're going on to Edward Street from Upper Depredine Street. You're turning onto Hillsview Road, yeah? And then you're taking a right onto Edward Street. Then you're going onto Mongo Road and you're passing up Central Guave Estate and head down until you come down to back onto Depredine Street, over the Harbour Bridge, down to Depredine Street there again. All right? For those of you coming from the town direction, right? You're basically taking the route you used to take when the bridge was closed. Yeah, when the Lance Bridge was closed for construction just about a year and some ago. Yeah, when the Lance Bridge was closed, the same route you take before, that is the route you're taking now, but instead, you're not coming down through the Mongo Road and so on. You're passing over Dr. Bell and you're coming down right by where they're constructing the medical facility there, and then you proceed northwards, okay? Yeah. No parking on Depredine Street. No parking on Depredine Street. The VIP parking, you are over in the Methodist Church yard. For those of you who looking to park otherwise, you have to park over by the Anglican School, and there's also the Pastoral Center. You can park across there. So parking in those areas, if you attempt to park on Depredine Street, you could find yourself in problems.
Yeah, you can be clamped.
Yeah, and these traffic arrangements, they go in effect tonight from this evening from 6 p.m. They go into effect this evening from 6 p.m. until 12 midnight. So from 6 p.m. until 12 midnight, those traffic arrangements I've just mentioned for the town of Guave will be in effect. And from 12 noon tomorrow until 12 midnight tomorrow night, that's Fisherman's Birthday, they'll also be in effect for that area. All right, so please take note. All right, nice, beautiful. Yeah, take it easy on the road, man. I see some people still trying some crazy stuff, even though the road's wet. Yeah, you're trying to speed and overtake here and all kind of craziness and all kind of madness. Please be careful, careful, careful. All right, nice, beautiful. 440-7377
and 347-329-3101.
Yes, beautiful. Oh no, let me touch our piece there again.
situation. The party so weak that the third time they lost 15 seats. They blame the demise of OBR. Dr. Keith is a witty leader. So they left and went Jamaica to bring in their big gangster. So hear the advice he gave them. So in those polling stations, you have to place ratchet men to disrupt the electoral process. You must create unrest. Brothers and sisters, let's not forget the history we facing now with regret. It was violence in politics that left the blood in the streets. So Mr. Gangster, head back to Jamaica quick. Take back your bag of ratchet. Grenadians to handle their politics.
Yeah, Kaiso, we have a caller online.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Hey, boss. Good morning.
Your live caller, go right ahead.
I'll tell you something, Sheldon. NBC done there already in every way you put it. Every human being who works in politics, like Mr. Jerry, Mr. Blaze, Mr. Brizan, all of them there with the party. So the NBC has to get a new name. Now NBC, that party that coming up there, when November comes, they get it, they have to come with a new name. Okay?
All right.
With respect to you.
Okay,
all right,
sir.
boss. Hey,
one thing I have learned, and I want the supporters of the New National Party to note this. Never, ever, 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 ever count out your opponent.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you underestimate or count out your opponent is the moment you're going to lose. Yeah? Don't ever count out your opponent. Don't listen. There are guys that went in with all the bravado into some boxing matches already, and they went in and they all kind of thing. I go whip him, I go do him this, I'll do him that, and all. And when they reach in there, they boop, boop, bap, and they're on the floor. You know?
They get knocked down in the first round.
Yeah. Never underestimate your opponent. Notice I didn't say enemy, because we're not enemies. We're all Grenadians. But never underestimate your opponent, the person that you're facing on the other side. Because the moment you drop your guard is when you're gone. Don't drop your guard, because there's this pervading attitude of can't lose. You understand?
2003 was a typical example.
Yeah. Don't drop your guard.
Election 2003 was right in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And NNP held on to governance by 6 votes. That must never happen again. Never happen again. And I mean, the party has learned, because after that, I mean, 2008 came, but after that is 15 straight sweep.
If you are in a position and you believe that, look, I'm going to say a position. I said a position and not opposition. If you're in a position and you believe that you're unbeatable, that is when you're getting beat self.
Relics.
Yeah?
Confidence,
so you have to
confident.
continue doing the work that you need to do. So you have to continue doing your canvassing, and you have to continue doing your political work, and you have to continue doing the work that you are hired to do. Continue to provide for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. I'm speaking to the activists here.
Like Uncle Gary always say, meet the people.
Yeah.
You have to go there and meet the people.
You cannot take the attitude that you have won 2 elections 15-0 and therefore extrapolates to you winning a next election 15-0. The only way to win is to do the work to win and operate like you're going to lose.
Exactly.
We have, oops, wrong one.
Win.
We have a caller online.
Good morning and welcome.
Hi, morning, Senator Sheldon and Devon.
Good morning.
Listen, I called, this is about 2 weeks ago, about that iron walk going up Jangley from Miss Jones' shop, and nobody took it. Is there still a maintenance crew in Grenada and walks to handle those kind of situation? I talked to my son. He said they cannot handle it. Somebody from the ministry must come look at it and fill up that hole.
To be honest with you, you spoke about it and it slipped me to pass that one on. It's Jan and Glay.
It's important.
Yes, let me get on that one. I promise you, when we finish with the program, that I'll contact someone in relation to that because
and
honestly,
Senator Scott.
Yes, my dear.
From the result and whatever, people still have that issue about the government should refund the teachers because what, blah, 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 blah. But as I told you the last 2 weeks I spoke that when I listened to Senator Humphrey, I mean, Mr. Joseph, all of them did a good explanation, but he met the man on the ground and explained everything to us. And people still have that notion, the government or the teachers. We're not saying they are not what they should be, but, you know, we had to put right where right is. And I asked you if you could do a playback on that. If it is possible, Senator, you should really do that because a lot of people still have this misconception about the government or the teachers. And this is not nice. My grandson was very hurt for the Christmas. He did not have a party. And you know, these children will grow with that in their heart. They miss the party. And I said to the parents, I said, Lily, why y'all didn't go to the teachers and said, well, okay, we parents, we will host our party in the gardens. We cannot leave everything up to people, Mr. Scott. We have to pull the bull by its horn at times to do things because we harming the children. And I so appreciate the Minister of Education and what they did with the sports. Oh, my God, this was so good to help the children. We don't sometimes have to forget ourselves and look at others. And I think this is what we call for in Grenada. Forget, sometimes I have to do without something to help others. And this is where we should be, you know. And I'm so happy that these things came out and the children were able to display and help themselves. Okay. And we have to keep praying because I tell you, Mr. Scott, we are not fighting flesh and blood. The enemy will fight people in any area he could get us to be disturb our country and our living and our people. So thank you for the time and y'all continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my dear, and have a wonderful weekend.
What I would say in relation to that, we've discussed the issue before. We have said that right now it's a legal issue before the courts.
Is, yeah.
So even if the intention was to do anything differently, it is now a legal issue. Yeah. So, and I don't want to say too much on it because it is now a legal issue. We'll let the courts decide which is the best course of action in relation to this specific issue. And that's where that particular one is at right now. But as we were saying yesterday, for those who have children that are going to CPEA or CXC, parents must take a larger role in what is taking place with their children in school. And I think this year has pointed that out better than most, that now, when it comes to the class parties, when it comes to the field trips, when it comes to many of the activities that we as parents take for granted, that the teachers are just going to organize and have done, even the fair, the things to the fair and so that they have for the school and so. Some of these things we take for granted, but that we as parents need to become more and more involved in the arrangement and all different aspects of these things.
Vibrant PTAs, parent teachers organization, vibrant.
We need to have that. We need the national PTA, and we need vibrant parent teachers organizations in every school. Yeah, not to work against the teachers, you know.
Nope.
But to work with the teachers.
Together with the teachers.
Because at the end of the day, every single teacher on the island of Grenada wants to see the children succeed.
Exactly.
They wouldn't be teaching if they were not. Every one of them wants to see the children succeed. It is unfortunate that they were placed in the position that they were placed in by their leaders. Because it's not anybody else but their leadership that placed them into that position.
Yep.
they had been warned in the early part, and some decided that instead of listening to the warnings, they would attack the person that was saying it. So it is sorry. It's a really sorry state that they were placed in that position by their leadership. But as you say, it's now a legal matter. So
stiff naked fools.
No, don't call them fools.
Hello,
No. Good morning.
Yeah, to you both, yeah. I just have a question, I'm a little bit confused, and I think other people are a little bit confused. So I don't know if you all could explain. For instance, the commissioner, the acting commissioner of police, he's really not the commissioner, or he's acting?
He is acting in the post of commissioner. So he carries out the duties. He has the powers of the commissioner of police. He is simply not been confirmed into the position as the commissioner. He's acting in that position.
Is the commissioner then? The commissioner of police is who in Grenada then?
Mr. Edwin Martin is the acting commissioner of police here on the island of Grenada. There is no other, there is no second, there is no one else carrying that position. You can have the commissioner or you can have the acting commissioner. In this instance, since we have not had a confirmation of an individual in that post as commissioner, you have a person carrying out the duties, has the powers vested in them as the acting commissioner, which is Mr. Edwin Martin.
So no commissioner. In other words, that's what I understand from what you say.
No, what you're doing is not understanding that. What I'm saying is that we do have a commissioner, an acting one.
He's an acting.
You're playing semantics with words.
Yeah.
Again, in the clearest of English language, he has all the powers of the commissioner of police. There's nothing lacking. There's nothing missing. He is simply... The only difference is that he carries the acting thing because he has not been confirmed into the position.
Confirm? You don't know when would he be confirmed?
No? I wouldn't know that. But the bottom line is that we do have...
It's confusing.
It's only confusing because you want to make it confusing to yourself.
Why it's confusing?
It's only confusing because you have an intent to make it confusing to yourself.
No, it's confusing. I just want you to understand. Because I don't understand. When I hear acting, I wonder if there is a commissioner of police. That's why I asked him, you know.
So you think that the Royal Grenada Police Force is leaderless right now? Don't you know that there's somebody leading them right now?
Say that again, the first word.
Do you think that the Royal Grenada Police Force is leaderless right now?
I don't say that.
But that's what you're inferring.
No, my friend.
And let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
I'm not going to put words in your mouth. I'm going to say exactly what you're attempting to infer.
Don't try that, Sheldon.
I'm not trying that. I'm doing it. You're inferring that. Yeah?
I asked him if there is a commissioner, the guy hard.
Okay, well here's what. Let's cut the conversation short. Yes, there is. Bye-bye. Simple. Easy English language. So there's nothing to discuss there. And just by the way, since you've brought up the issue of that, on Monday, the Royal Grenada Police Force, they will be having their press conference. You know, every year they have, they launch their carnival operations. So they are having a media briefing on Monday. I'm trying to get it to open, and for some reason the document is not opening here. So let me try to open it otherwise. But they are having that meeting, that press briefing is going to be taking place on Monday. And I just want to make sure it's at the police headquarters. I'm trying to find it. Where is it? It's not there. Oh boy, where did it go? Oh, here it is. Right. So it is going to be taking place at the police headquarters for 2 p.m. on Monday. All right. So the Royal Grenada Police Force, they will be having their press briefing. Every year they give it a different name. You know, like Christmas, they might have Operation Yuletide and so on. And Carnival time, they might have Operation Spice Mass or some kind of thing. So they're going to be launching that on Monday. So I know, folks, you could expect to see additional officers out on the streets, huh? Yeah, you could see them out to the streets and the different activities and that sort of thing. All right, 440-7377, that is the number you can call to get on to the inside. Yeah? 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101. Just a reminder to the folks in St. Andrews, Grenville, upper level promotion, right? They be launching their mass band in Grambrad, Peter Bain's residence. Okay?
So I'm just getting some information there that the Integrity Commission, which was taken to court by Ruel Edwards, along with his lawyer Cadgington Hood, they were questioning the legal authority of the Integrity Commission of Grenada to carry out an investigation into the happenings at the Marketing and National Importing Board. And the Integrity Commission won. Yeah, so Mr. Ruel Edwards and his lawyer, they have lost the case. So the Integrity Commission has won that case. All right, so because the Integrity Commission, if you check the legislation, they do have the legal authority to carry out investigations into individuals and entities.
Yep.
If they receive a report, and it's clear in the law. I think sometimes I think some of these cases are just frivolous. Yeah, just frivolous.
Yeah, the lawyers have to make money anyways.
Yeah. So again, folks, just to let you all know, the Integrity Commission, they have won in the case where they were challenged by Mr. Ruel Edwards for their right to be able to conduct an inquiry. I mean, if you have nothing to hide, why are you worried anyway? I wouldn't care. I know me and do nothing, and they want to investigate me. I ain't care. I ain't saying nobody do nothing. No. I'm saying I wouldn't challenge if I was in charge of an entity and it's being investigated. I will not challenge the right of who is doing the investigation to do the investigation once I know I have nothing to hide. Investigate all you want. Yep. I ain't care. I ain't do nothing. Do nothing, right. Fear nothing. But anyway, that's another case for another day. Folks, it is actually 12 o'clock. It's time for us to get out of here. Yeah. Yeah, Kaji, my partner, man. You win that one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're going to hear more about that on the news later, and so, yeah, we'll hear more about that on the news. So, folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with you, and everything you say, do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you.
Not about you.
Yeah, we love each and every one of you. Let me try this one to go, man.
Calypso from since its inception had huge meaning. It explained the history of our